Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and how are y'all doing today? So here today on Abby the Witch, we will be doing the 7 Deadly Sins Challenge, aka Witch's Black Lent. I am so excited to do this challenge, this hashtag. This tag was created by not only Jasmine, but also Trish from Beanbag Hagwag. I feel kind of bad because the first video I did last week, the little video I did, introducing what deadly sin I'll be doing. I said it was made by Jasmine, but it actually was created by Jasmine and Trish. So I will link both of their channels down below, as well as their live talking about the 7 Deadly Sins Challenge. So this challenge or concept is all about witches embracing the 7 deadly sins, how they can empower you and how you can utilize them in life, instead of like giving up or sacrificing something for Lent. It's us doing the opposite, kind of celebrating these sins instead. So what are the 7 deadly sins? The 7 deadly sins are wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, sloth, pride, and greed. Greed is the one that I will be doing. So I will get into that and what greed is all about to me and how that can actually empower me. So I was going to talk briefly on all 7 of these sins in this video, and how there's hypocrisy in all of them and kind of what they're all about and everything, but that would take way too long. But what I am going to do is go on a total tangent about what these all have in common. And that is that all 7 of these were put in place by the church to instill fear into people to better control them. Give money to the church. Don't be greedy. Give money to the church. Don't be angry at the church for what we teach. God told us to tell you these things. Don't be angry with us, right? So these are things put in place by the church to manipulate and control the masses and basically turn you into a slave. And it's not just the church either. The rich and the powerful, capitalism, the patriarchy, politicians, celebrities, they utilize these concepts to program you. All while behind closed doors, they're utilizing their power to do horrible things. The Jeff Epsteins and the Donald Trumps of our society are the true sinners and monsters of the world, in my opinion. So greed, when you Google it, this is the definition. The intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. And I think food is more gluttony, but that's fine. It's just the need for more, especially power and money and material things is greed. I chose greed because out of all 7, I felt like working with greed would probably be the most challenging for me. And as I've been reflecting on this, on all 7 deadly sins, I've really realized and fully believe that with all 7 deadly sins, it's really all about balance, especially with something like greed. Basically, as long as no one's getting hurt, there's nothing wrong with any of these things. Now, am I going to lie to and manipulate people and convince them to give me their money? No, absolutely not. That would be hurting people. But me wanting and even needing things like money and materialistic things in a capitalistic society, in a capitalistic world, is honestly necessary for survival. Again, are there people and organizations in our society that will do whatever it takes to have as much money and power as possible? Yes, but there's nothing wrong with wanting a lot of money To be clear, guys, I don't want this to come across as bad. Again, I want to emphasize the whole balance thing, right? There's a lot of corruption in our society, in our world, okay? And a lot of corruption has to do with out of balance greed. People who are too greedy, people who have so much power because of how much money they have, and they will go as far as to hurting or manipulating or using other people to get more money and power because they are too greedy. Okay, so that is bad. That's a problem. When I say there's nothing wrong with wanting more money or wanting a lot of money, I'm talking about people who are simply trying to just survive in the society. So everyday people like you and me, people who are, trying to get by, especially people who are working, and living paycheck to paycheck. There's nothing wrong with wanting more money or wanting a lot of money when you're trying to survive. I just want to make that very clear. Especially when you live in capitalism that teaches and shows you that money equals comfortability and survival. I recently saw a video of someone, and I'm not going to name their name, and not just this one person, but I've met several people like this. But in this video, this individual was blaming other individuals for having things and having money. And spending their money on things and judging them. It's really not an individual problem, this greedy society that we live in. It's not our individual faults. It's not our fault that we live in this money-driven society. And by individual, I mean people like you and me, common folk, the peasants. We as individuals are simply trying to survive in this money-driven society. We don't live in a society or under a government that works together. We don't live in a society or under a government that cares about the poor. We live in a capitalistic, individualistic society where it is every man for themselves. So to judge others for wanting money and things is counterproductive. And frankly, what the rich and the powerful want you to think and want you to be doing, so that you're distracted and you're not fighting against the man, basically. Basically, none of these things are bad. None of these 7 deadly sins are bad if done in balance. It's okay to be lustful. It's okay to be greedy. It's okay to be gluttonous. It's okay, as long as you're not hurting others and everything is consensual, then it's okay. Again, the true sinners and the true monsters in our society are the people who are telling you that these things are sins, and behind closed doors, they are doing horrible, horrific things with their power. So that was week 1. I'm actually going to be doing week 1 through week 3 in this video to try to catch up. So week 2 was doing a drawing of basically do a drawing of your sin that you're working with. And I chose to just draw a sigil, make a sigil. So let me show you my sigil. Here is my sigil. You can see, okay, there it is. And I have not activated or charged it yet. I think it's week 5, we do make a spell for the sin that we're working with, and I will be doing a wealth spell for attracting wealth into my life, or more wealth into my life. I'm very grateful for my life and what I have. So I will charge that and activate that before I do that spell, and I will utilize this sigil in that spell. Week number 3 is write a poem on this sin that you're working with. And I will also be utilizing this for the spell in week 5. This will be the incantation that I use. So please enjoy. Money, shelter, things that I need, things I have due to well-balanced greed. I ask for more with no shame or fear. Please help me thrive. My request, please hear. So like I said, nice and short and sweet. I will be using that incantation for my spell. And I already have some ideas of what my spell is going to be. And for my oil blend, next week is going to be incense or oil blend. I think I'll be doing an oil blend for this. And I already have some ideas for that as well. Anyway, you guys, I hope everything I said in this video wasn't too like me being on a soapbox or too tangenty or anything like that. I feel very strongly, and I'm sure, and I know for a fact, other witches and pagans, occultists in this community can totally relate to me when I say I feel a little bit salty towards the church for all the lies that they preach and all the fear that they used to instill in me. I feel a little bit salty. So I'm sure a lot of you can understand. So again, next week will be the oil blend. I'm excited to film that. Thank you again, Jasmine and Trish, for making this challenge. This is very, very fun. That's all I have to say in this video, guys. So until next time, I hope you stay very well. Love you. Thank you. Bye. Be the incantation that I'll use. I'll also be using 7 Deadly Sins Challenge, aka Jackson!
You bad boy?
For the record, it took me 27 hours to do my eye makeup like this, so better compliment me. I'm just kidding. Cherry Bubbly is the best, and you can fight me on that. Like, if you don't want me to be what you call greedy, then please give me things like free healthcare. Thank you.